Andrews and Associate, Masterclass in Massage Therapy. Thank you again to join us there. Today we will be doing something special. We will be doing a slight demonstration on massage. We will be focusing today based on techniques. Basically, more we're going to dive into the deep tissue massage. But before we get into that, let me just go and say that you can always reach out to us, Steve Andrews and Associate. You can reach out, Steve Andrews and Associate. Join our Facebook page, Steve Andrews and Associate YouTube channel. You can join our YouTube channel. You could also subscribe to what we are doing. Remember, what we are trying to do here is really to preserve the art of massage therapy. How we can really take something that is so beautiful, and we want to really preserve it, because when we look and see what is happening, we need to work harder to really develop this art of massage therapy. It's such a beautiful art form, and I think that we have to do much more to really find ways of how to preserve this art form. So the Steve Andrews and Associate concept is really where we go, and we are trying to preserve the concept of massage therapy, because you cannot say that you want to critique when you're not adding to the voices. So that's why we're here. It's not about Steve Andrews becoming famous or getting 1 million likes. That's not our objective. Our objective is to, if you can teach one person, if you can add value to one person, then I think that's what we are trying to do right here. Because it's really, what I'm teaching is really nothing new, but at the same time is knowledge I have acquired over the last 25 years, things that no one had the time or spend the time to teach me, or to give me that wisdom that I can really grab and run with. So I just want to pass on some of the knowledge that I have acquired over the last 25 years to you. So that's why I'm here. And I know you don't want to hear me chatting so much or talking so much. In the Caribbean we say chat, so that's a Caribbean thing. But also you want me to demonstrate the concept of what we are trying to do here today. A lot of time I see a lot of people, we just jump on and we start beating the person. We get up on the bed and we doing all of these crazy things. We beating up the person, we thumping up the person, we jump up, and we doing all of these things. My friends, none of these things have any benefit to the person that lie before you. When someone come to you, the most important thing in the world is this person before you. Remember, massage is not just you. It's not you is at display, really. It's a client. Because whatever reason they come to you for is for you to find the best solution to get rid of, whether it's a pain, whether they just want to be relaxed, whatever they are going through. Our job is to find the best solution to help the person before us. So all of the fancy thing I'm seeing now, photon, I'm seeing all of these things. What sense does it make if the impact is not on the client, if we are not treating the client? So what I'm trying to do here is to help us to find solution, how we can make our clients the best way that we can. When I started some 25 years ago, I started in a health club, and I remember that I was a very fit youngster, martial artist, so I was very strong. And I always remember that when I go and do massage, I mean it must hurt, because the whole idea is I must hurt you. The whole idea of a deep tissue massage is for me to hurt you. So I get in, my elbow, in. I get in, my fist, my tongue, my knuckles. All of these things is what I was doing because I want results, or what I say, I have to break down those muscles. And it's something that we have struggled with for a long time. Because think about it. if two strong person is wrestling, if two big person is wrestling, I'm wrestling you, both of us will get a lots of pounding, both of us will get a lots of licks, both of us. So basically what I'm saying, if you're a strong person and you're trying to work on muscles and you're putting, these muscles will come out in a whole lots of pain or unnecessary pain. What I've learned over the last 25 years is finding ways of how we can trick the muscles. Meaning how we can use our technique to, what the word I'm looking for, monopolize the muscles. How we can get the best result. If you're doing a therapy or if you're doing a massage, a deep tissue massage, when we talk about deep tissue, is not how deep you can go, it's how deep the muscles allow you to go. I will repeat myself. A deep tissue massage is not how deep you can go, it's how deep the muscles allow you to go. Meaning that when you're working on a body and the muscles are resisting you, you have to find solution. You must find solution to help those muscles to relax. So it's what we might say in my years of practicing what I will call tricking the muscle, or in some ways say short circuit the brain. Finding different solutions that we can help to short circuit the brain. We can just go through a few techniques. And if you were following me before, you know I pay special attention, not just jumping on the person and working. I always spend time introducing myself to the person. Efforage is not just a technique that we learn because we're supposed to do efforage. It's an introduction to the person itself. You're introducing yourself to the person. But also, efforage is a technique that you learn to find the body to see what is happening with the body. So as we start, gently, but at the same time firm touch. But today we're really speaking about deep tissue massage. How can we, hope you can see my techniques, how can we short circuit the brain? Or how can we manipulate the muscles that we can get into? So, we start with efforage. The thing about massage therapy, that when you have developed to the level that you can exchange technique whenever, however, then techniques become not very important, meaning secondary. Is understanding what are you finding or what you're finding with the body. So if we are doing, the first thing you try to do when you're doing massage, efforage is not just spreading oil. Efforage is trying to search, because remember we are what we call body detectives. So another thing, that's why your touch have to be so great, and your touch have to be good enough that you can find every single thing on the skin or within the muscle group that is wrong with the body. So for all of this technique that I'm doing here is really trying to find the tension within the body. So wherever the tension is, I'm trying. Tight shoulder. So now I want to work on shoulder. Naturally, if I find a tight shoulder, or when I was younger, the first thing I want to do, drop the elbow into it. When I was younger, when I find tight shoulders like this, the first thing I want to do is drop a shoulder into it. But now, wisdom have taught me what you try to do is to introduce yourself to the muscles, and you're working with the muscles. Basically what you're doing, enough pressure to allow the muscles to break down or start breaking down the muscles layer by layer. So basically this is just an introduction. A very gentle technique, and if you actually watch how I work, and if you get this concept as well, watch the body always moving. you're doing two things right here. One, you're helping to release the tension in the muscle, but at the same time, if you ever know about rocking, you're helping the person to relax in a rocking motion. So what we are doing here is working. So we will break down. So we are breaking down, then we are flushing. We are breaking down, then we are flushing. So we want to get out the tension out of the body. So we are breaking down, finding ways of breaking down. And when you're doing massage, it's so much technique you can use. So that's why I have an issue with someone standing over you and judging your massage, because I can use so many different techniques trying to break down a muscle, because that's all I'm trying to do. Remember, we are body detectives, so we are trying to find all the tight muscles in the body and we are trying to break them down. So body detective, trying to find the muscles in the body. Whatever techniques we have to use, the ultimate goal in massage therapy is to get the muscles as relaxed as possible. And whatever techniques you have to use to do that, that's what you do. If you are not in touch with your touch, then all of those things means nothing, because all you're doing is going through a routine. And when you go through a routine, you do 6 efforage, petrissage, you're just going through technique because you are not paying attention to what is happening in the person or with the person itself. If someone comes to you for therapy, you have to find the solution, and you have to know what the solutions are to really break down the body. And these are key components that we are trying to. The concept is how we can come together and find solutions to solve all of these problems that all clients have. Without a colleague of mine keeps saying, and every time I hear him in my head all the time, he have never get a mind changer massage. And it really bothers me, because he said he have many massages across the globe. So what I'm hearing, that we need to work harder, that we can have many more mind changing massages. And it's not a good thing for therapy if we have people that have many massages but still don't remember a massage after they get off the bed. You go and have a massage in the most fantastic place, you remember the place and don't remember the massage. That's not good as therapists. We need to start finding the solution, that we will start remembering the massage and forget the place. I mean, we want to remember the place as well, because we want you to come back, and we want to send other people to us. But at the same time, we want you to remember the massage that we give to you or you get from us. So, and if you were here and if you could have feel the difference, when I started, you can feel the knots, what I call the channel was blocked. Now it's all open up. You can see the hands are flowing. I can feel the muscles there. The tightness in the muscle just disappeared. And it's just like 5 minutes now I was working on this muscle. So basically that's what we are doing, and that's what we want to get people into, is understanding how they can really break down muscle tissues without the kind of abuse, I call it sometimes, because I was a part of it as well, so I understand the kind of pressure that we used to apply. And we said, well, you have to get someone come to a deep tissue massage, and then I bring up my hammer, I bring up my chisel, I bring up everything, because when I hear deep tissue, I'm hearing, well, I have to hurt this person because this person wants a deep tissue. What the person wants is release of pressure or release of tension within the muscle. So how do you find, again, this was I'm hiding technique. So if I have my hands there, you can't see my techniques. So these are things that you keep practicing, and when you're working, then it becomes natural, because you can switch up so often. I'm here doing some using my fingers, but I can switch up so much to find the solution, because sometimes I have the muscles where I want it to be, and then there's just an area that is getting away, so you have to switch up to reach that muscles. So the whole idea is to find whatever solution. So all I'm saying to us is that deep tissue don't necessarily mean that you have to bring up your hammer and you have to bring up your chisel and you have to bring up all the things that you need, and you have to be strong. You need to be strong, but at the same time you have to understand pressure. How do you manage pressure? But at the same time, how do you manipulate the muscles that it will relax, and it will give you the ability to really break down the tightness into the muscles itself. So it's really understanding and learning muscles and finding real good solutions that you can break down the tightness that you find in the body, and you can really help to accomplish what you're trying to achieve. So all I'm saying to us is, how do we find solutions? How do we learn how to manipulate muscles? How do we find the best solutions or understanding? Because if you don't understand, then you can't find solution. So understand that you can find other ways of breaking down tissue without using elbows. I mean, there are times you need to use elbows. I'm not saying that elbows and knees and whatever we want to use is not tools, but I'm saying it's only if the muscles allow you to. So if your muscles, if the, like this lady muscles is allowing me. See, the muscles, look at how the muscles go on. Start very, very tight, and you didn't see me use too much extra pressure. It's finding the best solution, and it's how do we always find the best solution in terms of tricking the muscles. And by tricking the muscles, I call it tricking the muscles, but basically manipulating the muscles that it release itself before you, and you could find ways of working out the tension within the body. So I'm hoping that you're understanding what I'm saying, and I'm hoping that you want to be a part of this movement. How we all can come together, anywhere, however we come together, whether online or face to face, and we can have many discussions. Because I think I've practiced most of the modalities that come by, and then there's so much every day, and someone else come up with a new modality, with a new style, new techniques. I know seeing people using bamboo. I see people doing so many different things, and it's great for therapy, because what you're doing, you're experimenting. So all of these things are great for therapy. But my question is really good. Are we really focusing on the therapy that we are doing, or are we basically focusing on ourselves because we want to be the next more popular person in the world? Because when I'm watching or what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing that we are focused. It's too great. This thing is awesome. If you take time to develop you, and find people that are willing to teach. Find people that are willing to teach. So now I can go as deep as I want to, because that's what clients don't feel uncomfortable. You're not putting the clients at risk in anywhere, because the client is still lying comfortable on the bed. Whatever you want to do, you want to use pressure points, you can get the same results with basics. Pressure point, the same result. Pressure point, you get the same results with basics. The basic techniques, you get the same result. Don't care how pretty you are, you get the same results with basic. So let's focus on basics. Let's focus on how we can work on basics to really get the same results that we are trying to get. Same thing, results. You understand the pressure points of the body. Are you using trigger? Trigger, you understand trigger. And if you understand trigger, it's using the points, usually, because if you're looking for trigger points, you have to find them. And when you find the trigger point, you know either your fingers fit in or some part of your hands or your body will fit into a trigger. A trigger point is a pressure point of the body that will trigger, either will stimulate pain. It's usually what it does is more on the surface where it stimulate pain. Also triggering is really where you actually short circuiting the brain by saying there's sometimes the way that we use trigger is not how we should use trigger, because trigger is because if we understand the anatomy and how the body works, 70% of pain is usually about 70% is psychological. So if you having let's say sciatica and it's in your glutes and you have that for a long time, if I'm trying to get rid of it because 70% of that is psychological, it will still be here. So why are we going to use trigger? This is where you're going to use trigger. So when you work the muscles that you think that is affecting the sciatic, then to trick the brain force the brain to release that pain or that area of pain, you use a trigger. So what the trigger is really doing is really triggering to the brain that's saying, I'll put trigger in different areas. So what you do, it will make the brain goes to another area, and usually you will release the pain or the mindset of this pain in a particular area. And that's one way of how trigger works or how trigger should work. But also trigger helps to stimulate different organs that you can bring blood and oxygen in particular area as well. So it's really is a two-faced area when you're using trigger. So all of these things that we need to work on, and as I said, Steve Andrews and Associate, we are here to teach. We are here to share, not so much teach. We're here to share. How do we share with each other? How do we come together and really start working on a development of therapists across the globe? It's really development. It's not about Steve. It's really about all of us. How can we come together? I'm just trying to share the little bit that I know or I have learned for the last 25 years I was in this industry. And I think it would be selfish if I take it with me all the way to my grave. So that's what I'm trying to do. So whether we learn online or whether we learn together face to face, this is what we are trying to do. So let me know what you think, and let me know if what I'm saying makes sense, because it might make sense to me, but it might not make a lot of sense to you as well. So please let me know if what I'm saying makes sense, and if it's something that you're interested in. And you can always shoot us a message, and any one of our live page. We are live on Facebook twice. We are live on Steve Andrews and Associate. We are live on Student Touch Spa, and also we are live on the YouTube channel Steve Andrews and Associate. So we are live in three areas. Wherever you find us, however you find us, you can just shoot us a message. Any queries, any question you have, but you can go to our YouTube channel, Steve Andrews and Associate, and subscribe, or you can go to our Facebooks, SteveAndrewsandAssociate.com or Steve Andrews and Associate. Yes, both is SteveAndrewsandAssociate.com, and you can be a part of our network, and we can start working together. We can develop the concept. And any questions, as I said, just shoot us a message and give us your feedback. And until next time, let's focus, guys. I think the key to what we do is really master what we do. We have to preserve art as beautiful. We heal, we heal souls. That's what we do. We take people from every different areas. It's one of the most powerful tools. Touch. There's nothing is as powerful and as beautiful as touch. Remember when the Father was on earth and he wants to heal, all he does, or all he was doing is touch. So let's work on our touch. Let's develop our art. Let's continue to develop our art. and not develop ours. Let's focus on our art. I just don't want to go there anymore. I really want to focus on how do we develop as a team, as a group, an art that is awesome. There's no other job in the world as beautiful as therapy, massage therapy. And I will do anything in my power to help to preserve it as a beautiful art form. So join with me and let's do this together. Until next time. We will see. Steve Andrews and Associate.com. Steve Andrews and Associate YouTube. Subscribe. And till next time.